Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today's story is going to be the time that I got rejected back in high school. Now the way I actually remember the story was that I was on Instagram just a few days ago, and the girl that actually rejected me, one of her most recent Instagram posts popped up, and it popped up, right? And I was like, oh, I remember this girl, and I was like, oh, this the girl that rejected me, and I was like, fuck, I gotta tell that story. I haven't told that yet. So, but yeah, that's gonna be today's story. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. So this story all takes place back in 11th grade. Now this was the first semester of 11th grade, right? Now in 11th grade, I had a lot of friends. I was basically making the friends that I'm still friends with to this day back in 11th grade. Because 9th and 10th I didn't really talk to many people, but 11th grade was kind of the time that I really made the most friends that I still talk to and hang out with today, even outside of school and after being done with school, because I have graduated from school. But yeah. So there was this girl, right? Now we're going to call her Madison. So we have Madison, right? And Madison was a really cool girl. I was friends with her. I was really good friends with her. Me and her were basically best friends. We didn't hang out outside of school, but we did hang out like in school, and that was basically the only time we did, right? And like we would sit together, I would talk to her a lot. And over time I developed feelings for her. And when I had feelings for her, I was like, fuck, I got to tell her. Like, I can't just go on and just not tell her. I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I got to at least try, and maybe something will come out of it, right? So over time, I would just talk to her more and more, and, just like get to know things about her. And then winter break came along, right? We go on winter break, and then we get off of winter break, and then we come back, right? I'm talking to her, seeing what she did over winter break and telling her what I did over winter break. And she was telling me how she went on vacation with like her family to some place, and I didn't really do much. I kind of stayed home, and then I went, and I was like, okay, I assumed you also hung out with your boyfriend, right? Now that was my way of trying to see if she had a boyfriend, right? Because if she didn't, she would say, oh, I don't have a boyfriend, or if she did, she'd be like, oh yeah, I did this thing with him, and she was like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend, and I'm like, oh, I thought you did, smart thinking, and she's like, no, I don't. Do you have a girlfriend? And I'm like, no, I'm single. I was just lonely. And I bet you're thinking at that time, okay, there we go. Ask her to be your girlfriend or ask her out. Nah, I was gonna wait and just keep playing the long game, which turned out to be a horrible idea. I probably should have just said it just then and there, right? So time would go along, right? Me and her would just keep on talking, just keep on just being good friends, right? And a bunch of my friends also knew that I liked her. One time, me and her were walking out, right, after school, and my friend actually took a video of me and her talking and was like, yo, W Riz, question mark, and he recorded like both our faces, putting the camera in our faces. And I would show the video, but I don't want to expose the girl in this photo, and also I was fucking ugly back in that time. I still had straight hair, and I didn't have my curly hair at the time. So I'm sorry if y'all heard that. My mom knocked on the door and completely just interrupted this entire story. But anyway, back to it. So yeah, I didn't have curly hair at the time, and I still had straight hair. So I'm not gonna show the video regardless, because it would also expose the girl that I'm talking about, and I don't want her face on the internet, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't either. So yeah, so basically all my friends knew, right? And it was just like a whole big thing. Like they were waiting for me to ask her out, and they wanted to know what happened. And some of them were helping me, like trying to like make me look like a cool person and everything to her, which I greatly appreciate, but probably didn't help at all in the slightest. But yeah, so anyway, so it comes to the day, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ask her out, because this semester was about to end, and we are gonna go to second semester, and I didn't know when I was gonna see her again, or if I was gonna have any classes with her. So I figured, okay, this is the time I need to ask her out, right? So I go off the day, I get to my last period, I talk to her, me and her talk basically the whole time, and then school ends, right? Now we're walking out, right? And we're walking out on the bus lot, right? And before she's about to get on a bus, right? I'm like, hey Madison, can I talk to you for a second over here? She's like, yeah, sure. And I pull her aside, and I'm like, hey, I really like you. I think you're really cute, and I was wondering if you wanted to go out. Maybe I could take you out to dinner. And she hesitates for a second, and she's like, and then she's about to answer, right? And then a bunch of friends are like, hey Madison, come over here. We got to show you this. And she's like, and she's like, hey, I'll text you later. And I'm like, okay, see ya. She's like, bye. She goes over to her friends, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go to my car, right? So I get my car, and then I go home, right? Now at this time, I had a job, and I was working at a pizza place, right? So after school, I had to get ready for my job at the pizza place. I drove down to the pizza place, right? And as I'm about to walk in, right, I get a text on my phone, and it's a text on Instagram from her. And she's like, hey Jacob. And I'm like, hey Madison, like I'm about to be at my job, like I will text you after though. And she's like, okay, see ya. And I'm like, all right, see ya. And I go along with my job, just do my job, and then I get off, right? And I actually got off early this day, which was great. So I get off, right? And I drive home, and I text her, hey, I'm off work. And for 3 hours, right? For 3 hours, she doesn't text me at all. And then at 11 o'clock at night, right? She finally texts me back. And she's like, hey, Jacob. And I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey, so about earlier, she was like, I'm really flattered by what you said, and I would love to go out with you, but I'm talking to someone. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm really sorry, but I'm just talking to someone. And I'm like, oh, no, it's completely fine. I get it. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's totally fine. And she's like, okay, great. We can still be friends, though. And I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure. And she's like, okay, again, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, it's all cool. Like I said before, it's all cool. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go to bed now. Good night. And I'm like, good night. And I lay in bed, and I'm just like, damn, this hurt. Like, this actually, genuinely hurt. Like, I was sad basically the rest of the night because I really liked this girl. And even though me and her never really got into a relationship, I was really still heartbroken about it because I really liked this girl. Now, this surprised me when she said she had a boyfriend, right? I thought she didn't have a boyfriend, right? Because I literally talked to her after a winter break, and she said she didn't have a boyfriend. So I could have sworn she didn't have a boyfriend, but I guess she got with someone after that, or she completely lied to me, just trying to because maybe she knew that I liked her. But who knows? We'll never know this day. I no longer talk to her, so I don't know what she's doing. Me and her still follow each other on Instagram. She still views my story. I think she has. I'm not sure. I posted a story just a while ago, so I'll probably check after this and see if she did view my story. But yeah, me and her still follow each other on Instagram, but we don't talk anymore. And yeah, I just don't know what happened to her. I hope she's living a good life. Hope things are going well with her new boyfriend, quotation marks. I don't know if you don't know if she even has a boyfriend. But yeah, that's basically the end of the story. So if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. And also, you guys should go check out my new song. It's called Broke Me Down. I released it literally just the other day ago. So if you could go give it a listen, that'll be great. It's one of my newest songs, and I really like it. I think it's really good. So yeah, just go ahead and give it a listen. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's the end of the story. So if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. I will see you all later. I can't believe we ended things. I am so through. Thought you would be my girl. You were my whole world. But now I watch the memories go into a swirl. Things that I